Welcome to a cupán tea. Folks, the Olympics are over. They're over, and apart from the great feats of the athletes involved that won medals, the only thing that everyone has been talking about and getting excited about is the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony and all that is involved with all of that. And I have listened to the arguments both ways, lots of argument both ways, but I have not once heard anyone go and mention one thing. I have heard people going and saying that this was a parody, it was a mockery of Leo da Vinci's painting of the Lord's Supper. I've heard the counter argument of that it's off a different painting of Greek god. I've heard that we should be all upset about this, and as a result every Christian should just boycott the Olympics. I've heard that we should all recognize and realize that our God is the one that's being mocked here, and we should be upset about this. And we ought to go and be fired up and stand up for God. We ought to protest. We should be fired up about this. And, of course, the old classic argument that's always brought forward, one of self-pity, basically, that, well, they wouldn't go and do this in regard to Islam, so why do they think it can be done about Christianity? All those sort of arguments being put forward. But you know what, folks? That, to me, is just, it's all nonsense when you think about it, really. There are so many issues with all those statements. Number one, why are we getting so excited about a painting? We're not supposed to go and keep any of these things, as icons or trophies or look up to them. Why are we defending a painting? I'm not taking away from the painting. It's a wonderful painting. But no one was getting upset about the fact that the Mona Lisa was floating down the middle of the river. The other great big difference between Islam and Christianity all about this is Islam goes and demands respect. That's what it goes. It demands respect. Christianity, the God of Christianity, earns respect. Yeah, you heard me. The God of Christianity earns respect. You see, here's the thing. When it comes to mockery and we should stand up for God and defend him as if somehow you and I are going to be able to defend God. Like, what nonsense. Does God need me to be his defense lawyer? Absolutely not. God has called me to be a witness of his goodness and what he has done for me. Absolutely. And that I will be. An ambassador for him. Yes. Defense lawyer? No. God does not need me as a defense lawyer. But as I listened to all of this, all it did was bring me back to the foot of the cross. Seriously. And there was Jesus Christ hanging on a cross, and the people were mocking and sneering, making a laugh of him, making little of him. They'd beaten him, flogged him, nailed him, gambled for his clothes, and all the time, what happened? What did God the Father do? Nothing. Nothing. What did God the Son do? Prayed. He prayed, Father, forgive, for they know not what they do. And when I look at all this stuff, whether it is actually a crack at Christianity or not, first up, the world is the world. Jesus said, they hated me. Do not be surprised if they hate you. We should actually consider ourselves blessed if we go along by the words of the Beatitude, which go and say, if anyone goes and persecutes you, slanders you, goes and makes little of you because of me and the gospel, you are blessed. So when all this sort of stuff takes place at the Olympics, every Christian should be sitting back going, oh, I'm so blessed today. This is powerful. Let them go and make a mockery. Go ahead. Blaspheme us Christians, why don't you? You don't realize what you're doing. You're just blessing us out of our boots. Didn't hear anyone put that idea forward. Nobody said that. Psalm 130 goes and says this, and when I get back to my point about that our God earns our respect, here's how. It goes and says, if you, Lord, kept a record of sins, Lord, who could stand? We recognize in the eyes of a holy God, we haven't a chance. We're finished. But with you there is forgiveness. And as a result, because there is forgiveness, this is what happens. So that we can, with reverence, serve you. We want to revere God because He has forgiven us. He has earned our trust by the love that He has shown. The love that He's shown you and me even while we're enemies. Even while we were the ones who stood and mocked and railed and cursed Jesus. So why all the drama? You see, I've come to the conclusion the only ones who hold the God of Christianity in high esteem, really in high esteem, and have respect for Him, are those who truly know what God has done for us. What Jesus Christ has done for us. That while we were yet sinners, God showed His love for us in this, that while we were yet sinners, He died for us. Don't see what the drama is about. Really don't. Or maybe I'm missing something. But the thing is, I think I would prefer to just simply be praying a prayer. Father, forgive them, for they know not what to do. What do you think? Thank you for joining me for this on Cupán Day.